Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour.
Pussies better stop talking and give me back my money, sir.
West London rapper Fredo is in court. He's been in court today trying to get his 50 bags back. As everybody I'm sure you're aware, he was arrested in Hatton Garden with £50,000 and an offensive weapon in his car. Somebody else was arrested for that, but he was arrested, of course, for the money in his car. Social media went crazy with speculation of what was going to happen. Were they going to lock him up? Is he still locked up? Well, the facts are that he came out probably about a day after. I don't even think he stayed in custody. He didn't go to prison. I don't know who said that, but he was in custody and they let him out about a day after, maybe 2. He's also done performances, so he's performed in Amsterdam, I believe, as well. And he's working on his new album, so fair play to him. I'm looking forward to that. Fredo's had a lot of success and he's been doing a lot of good things with music. He's had a #1 hit, and of course that has got to be one of the top things that people aim for. Frosty dropped County Lines remix while Fredo was in custody, actually, so he just dropped it anyway. I don't think he knew what was going to happen, so he just went and dropped it anyway. And listening to it, to be honest, I don't actually like Fredo's verse that much on it. Fredo has got his own style. He's always breezy, he's always very chilled, but his bars are good and he usually uses quite different flows. But with this song, because it's a drill beat, it's like I feel like he needed to change his flow a bit, but his flow is similar to the way that he'd still rap on like hip hop, so I'm not sure. I might have to listen to it again. But his other music, he's got some banging tracks and some good albums. Third Avenue is a good production of work, but I'm just being honest, we can't like every single track. So since he came out, he's done a show or 2 and he's put up a few posts talking about the fact that he's not in prison, etc. He did leave it a few days even though he was active online.
Hey, fuck what you heard. I see. Turn the studio into the Caribbean spot. People talking about I'm in jail. Does this look like jail?
But the process that he's going through now, trying to claim back the money, I was like, so what does he need to do? So I thought I'd look it up online on the College of Policing website, the authorised professional practice. So in this, it explains all the processes that police officers go through and they have to abide by in order to be able to seize cash from people. It says about the seizure, it's likely that officers will find cash related to criminal conduct during the course of their duties. It could be during a criminal investigation, and particularly when searching people, premises and vehicles. The Proceeds of Crime Act gives officers the power to seize cash. This is a civil process that can run alongside a criminal investigation. The basic principles are, if police find £1,000 or more of any type of currency, checks or bonds, and suspect that it has come from an illegal method or is being used to commit crime, they can seize and detain funds. In the majority of cases, non-specialists initially seize the cash to the value of £1,000 or more and contact the local financial investigations unit, as I said in the other video, and these are the same people that investigated ASCO as well. They ask them for advice on the detention or the forfeiting process. So literally you just tell them you don't want the money. That's what you sometimes have to do if they think it is criminal. There are some cases where seizing the cash as evidence under the Criminal Evidence Act does not apply or will cease to apply. For example, if a criminal case collapses, any cash seized would normally be returned. If, however, the police suspect that the cash is derived from crime, it can be seized, detained and forfeited under the section 294 and 298. Then they give an example of people seeking cash through forfeiture. So this is how the criminal justice system works, where every case has a precedent as such. They like to reference other cases to say this is the reason as to why you should do this. They say the minimum amount should be £1,000, but they can take less than £1,000 if they suspect it is being used for money laundering or related to any other offences. Because it's a civil procedure, they do not need to charge you and they do not need to even convict you. They can just take the money just out of suspicion. They just need to prove that it is under suspicion. Seizures require reasonable grounds. An officer may seize the cash under the powers that are present. There must be some grounds based on facts, information or intelligence, who the individual is or the premises they're at, previous previous intelligence on the person or premises, previous involvement with the person or the premises, suspected links to criminal activity. Fredo's definitely got previous criminal history, so that on its own, and also whoever was in the car with him. Just for example, if you get caught in a car with somebody and they've got a weapon, you can be assumed to be guilty as they are, even though they can't convict you of any crime. They will still say this person is probably involved. Finding a person in excess of £1,000 should not itself be considered suspicious. There must be reasonable suspicion that the cash is the product of criminal activity. Taking into account the context of the circumstances, carrying a large amount of cash at night reasonably would be considered suspicious, unless a satisfactory explanation is given. The guide for investigators, this is very interesting. This explains the process that Fredo would have to go through. It says, police lawfully search a person or premises or vehicle. They find the cash, it's over £1,000. They obtain that, an explanation is given, and they decide if it is reasonable cause to believe it is either from a crime or to be used for a crime. The police seize the cash and serve necessary documentation to everyone involved. The next process, I'm assuming, is this part here. The magistrate's court continued detention of the cash within 48 hours of seizure for a period not exceeding 3 months. The next process is police investigate the origins of the cash, and this can take up to 3 months. The next process after that is the magistrate's court continue to detain the cash for up to 2 years or make you forfeit the cash. So there is a very strict procedure that you have to go through in order to just obtain it. So if they think for any reason whatsoever that the cash you have in your pocket is not legitimate and you can't explain your ins and outs, they will literally be very difficult about it. So I'm sure Fredo is not a dumb guy. I'm sure he's got everything in order, gonna have his books in order, because if he didn't, it would be very silly to be flashing that sort of money around. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this, so please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Scarcity Studios, and we'll be back again very soon with some more news. Thank you. Peace.